Welcome back to Dork Points, everybody. This is Ron, and tonight we are looking at all the games I played on PS Extra during the winter of 2023 to 2024, starting with Giga Bash, the most recent of the games. This is a kaiju fighter game. I thought it was going to be like Smash Brothers, but it's not. It's a top-down. It's a classic. They've been doing these games for a long time, but you get to destroy buildings, you get to throw them at your fellow monster. If you're playing in 4-player, I imagine it's much more fun, but it was just me and my daughter playing, and she just kicked my butt the whole time. So it was a little painful, but they have all sorts of different modes and that you can play in, like the floor is lava and stuff like that, not just versus, deathmatch. So it's pretty cool. I like it. I like... the only disappointment, though, is if you download it on PS Extra, they give you that little video, and it shows Godzilla and Ultraman and Mechagodzilla and all that stuff. None of that DLC is available for the PS Extra game. So I don't know why PS Extra put that version of the trailer, like the deluxe trailer, in there, because you can't do that. So that's a little disappointing, but otherwise the game is fun. Alright, moving on to Metal Hellslinger, and I was so happy that this one came on, because it's been discounted for a while to like $10, and I was looking at it, and it's a beat matching FPS, a beat matching first person shooter. You shoot to the beat. And there's another game like this called BPM, I think, beats per minute. It's okay, but I always had this feeling that I wouldn't like it. And now that I've played it and gotten my ass kicked on the first level over and over again, I am happy that I did not purchase it. The problem is you have to go through rooms, and the rooms seal off, just like in Doom Eternal, and then you go through waves of monsters, and then you go to the next room. But the problem is like, the first level alone is like 5 or 6 or 7 rooms, I don't know how many, but I have not made it through. Even on easy, I have died every time. I have not made it through, so... Alright, now we're talking about... Okay, it's the opposite time where I purchased the game for $17.99 about 2 weeks ago, called Proteus. I thought, oh my god, this is going to be great, and then 2 weeks later it was free. So even though I saved $20 with Hellslinger, I lost $20 with Proteus, because it is now free to play on the Extra Store, and I highly recommend it. This game is great. This game is good. It's a boomer shooter, so you know what you're getting into. It's got that 16-bit throwback look to it, but it moves fast, it feels good, it shoots good, the levels are really well designed. But for some of my friends who don't play first-person shooters, I would say try this one out. It's so simple, you might like it. Alright, moving on to I Am Dead. Now, I gotta be honest, the only reason I played this game is because I had this idea. I do those game fights videos, and I had this idea that I would do a game fight video that was I Am Dead versus I Am Bread, because I thought that was a funny idea, and I haven't done it yet. But I played I Am Dead, and so, guess what? You're dead, and you're a spirit, and you're moving around other dead people's houses or living spaces. This guy lived in a lighthouse, and you're seeing the thoughts of people. It sounds crazy, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of interesting, and you can look through things. Because you are a dead spirit, you can look through things. But the whole thing is that a volcano is about to erupt on the island, and you have to find a caretaker for the island who will prevent the explosion. There you go, that's I'm Dead. Alright, moving on to Odin Sphere, Leifrasa. Yeah, despite that name, and despite the size of this game, this was fun. This was good, but this took me so long And I saw posts online saying like that you could beat this game in like 10 or 20 hours or something insane like that. No, 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 no. Nope, no way, no way. Especially with the story. The story alone is 20 hours. The cutscenes alone are 20 hours. So I don't know what the fuck they were thinking when they said that. I fucking hate that shit. I'm sorry for swearing, but god damn it. You know, just be honest. Like, if you want the story and you want to do all the dungeons, this game is going to take like 100 hours. It's a big, meaty game. It is good, but I have to say the ending is tricky. You have to play certain characters in certain orders. Otherwise, you get the bad ending. So, right, Horizon Forbidden West. Oh, so beautiful, so good. And you already know by the tone of my voice what I'm about to say. So beautiful. I loved Horizon Zero Dawn. Loved that game. This game is not that game. This is a broken, weird, problematic version of that game. And the story as well is problematic. I just like every dungeon or whatever, like every area you crawl into, you find yourself falling over and over again and doing the puzzles over and over again because your character just simply won't latch on to a spot. It's so bizarre. Like this is supposed to be a AAA game, but the climbing, the running, the jumping, the things that are supposed to be easy are so much harder than the first game. And I don't know if I'm misremembering the first game or what's going on, but I got a real problem with this game, and I hate to say it. I would love to beat it, but I'm kind of out of love for it. It's just kind of broken in some ways. All right, moving on to Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2. I thought this was going to be like my salve, the thing that pacifies me for another Sniper Elite game. It is not. It is super realistic. You have to even the tutorial is extremely difficult, but you have to compensate. It's super realistic. You have to compensate for wind and direction and all that stuff, and you have to get that stuff down in order to play this game properly. Now, I did not. However, I think if you did, this would be a really enjoyable game. But for just trying to play it for a couple, maybe 3 or 4 nights, it was tough, and it was hard to enjoy. There's no story, so there you go. Alright, Monster Truck Championship. This is also free on PS Extra, and yeah, this is what it is. This is Monster Trucks. It's better than some of those, what was that other one? Monster Energy GP Cross thing, but just like Assetto Corsa Competition and Monster GP, the slightest touch to the brakes, the slightest touch to the gas is too much, and that pisses me off. I hate these games where you have to be so careful about the pressure you put on your buttons. That doesn't make any sense. It's counterintuitive, and it makes the games unpleasant. Has no one figured this out? Except for Wreckfest. Wreckfest was fun. Grit was okay. Alright, the Callisto Protocol. Okay, we're getting to the end of the list, and I've mentioned Callisto Protocol in another video, and all the games you're going to see from now on are from other videos. But, yeah, this is free to play on PS Extra. It's okay. It's fun. It's derivative. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's derivative and slow-moving and frustrating. But it is well made, and it looks very good. But other than that, you will find yourself kind of thinking of other games. In each scene of this game, you're thinking, oh, I have already done a scene like this. Like, look at this. The Frozen People. BioShock, with the models, the weird statues. Yeah, there was nothing in this game that made me stop and think like, oh, this is great. It's just so mediocre. All right, foreclosed, and again the end of the list. Now this is a game that is leaving PS Extra, I think, in January, on January 23rd. But I played a lot of this, and I really liked it, so I think I should mention it, even though it will be gone soon. So, and by the time I post this, God knows, a couple of weeks. It's fun, though. It's 13. Remember the original game, the original PS2 game, 13. It's 13 meets Metal Gear. So you're stealthing, you're moving around different automated turrets and people, and you're trying to be as quiet and careful as you can, but then there's sometimes where it gets fun and it's just open shooting and stuff like that, and it is pretty damn good. But I did get to a point where I could not go any further just based on the level of enemies they were throwing at me. And so, because it was leaving, or it is leaving in a couple months, I just kind of said no to it after a while. But this one is worth playing if you enjoy 13 and Metal Gear, because it's the perfect combination of those two recipes. Alright, the last game of the night is Omno. And wonderful puzzle platforming kind of thing. Figure it out, move some blocks, that kind of thing. Really good. And then you have to collect orbs, so it sometimes feels like Crash Bandicoot or something like that. It's like, collect them all. But the visuals and the way the game is presented reminds me a lot of Journey. And that kind of game. So it's you're in a spirit world and you are collecting spirit orbs or something like that. But again, it's a collectible fetch quest, and all the levels are fairly small. The puzzles are mostly easy to figure out if you take the time with it. So I recommend it. However, this, again, is leaving on January 23rd. So enjoy for now. Alright, there we go. That was all the games that I have played on the PS Extra for winter of 2023 to 2024. Thank you for watching, and good night.